Are investors really cash buyers? Are investors really cash buyers? No, sorry. They advertise that stuff. Maybe you can get them on false advertisement, but probably not, right? Because who really cares? But the truth is, it's a marketing tactic. Because you see a sign says we're cash buyers, we can close quick, da, 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 sell in 7 days. First thing, like I said, 99% of them are not cash buyers. Why? Let me give you an example. We do probably between 8 and 12 houses on a regular year, not during this Rona year, but on a regular year, we do between 8 and 12 contracts a month. Imagine the average house is like $100,000. Am I going through $1.2 million a month, plus repairs, plus taxes, plus all that stuff every month? So say it takes an average of 5 months to fix and sell a house. Does that, do you really think I'm sitting on $10 million in flipping houses? No, I'm not. Okay. Most investors use either private money, hard money, or the bank. Okay. And that's the way it works. They do have to have some liquidity. Okay. So liquidity would be probably around 10% of the said price. Okay. Really, when they say that they're cash buyers, they're just saying that they can close quickly, right? Now, why is it that they say that? Because we want the seller to know that if you sign a contract with us as investors, that we'll do the deal. And what's the easiest way to know that we'll do the deal? Is that I'm going to write a check for it, right? But 99% of people don't do that, okay? 99% of them don't do it. Now, does that mean that they're all fake and phony and they're all just liars and you can't trust any of them? No. So let's get into it. So how can you be sure that they can actually buy your house, right? First thing you want to find out is how long they've been doing it. You might even want to ask them, do they own any real property, or are they living in their mother's basement, or they're living down the street in an apartment complex, right? Yeah, so these are true things. Why would somebody go out there and say that they're a cash buyer when they live in an apartment, and they're driving a Honda Civic? Why is it that they're cash buyers? Because they're really not cash buyers. They're using private money and they're using leverage to be able to buy the properties. This is the God honest truth. But most of these guys, just went to a seminar, just came to town. Rich Dad came to town. Fortune Builders just came to town. One of these gurus on the internet, they bought their web promotional deal to figure out how to make millions of dollars flipping houses, right? But they really have no idea what they're doing, okay? They've been in it for a month, 2 months. I see a cycle of probably 50 new investors every month that come in and then they go out in 6 months. Because this business is not easy and it costs money. It doesn't cost, $10 million to get into, but you've got to have, $100,000, something like that, $50,000 liquid to be able to move these type properties quickly. So I would say out of this 99%, there's probably a real 10% of real investors, guys that have properties, that do deals, and that consistently buy and sell properties, and that don't live in their mother's basement, that don't live down the street in an apartment complex. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you as a consumer have to be somewhat ruthless when deciding who you're going to sell your property and who you're going to sign your contract. So how do you find that out? Ask them questions. How many properties do you own? What's the address? Let's look it up on the tax assessed value. Right? Let's see if their name's on there, right? Or their company name. You could easily go to epcounties.com and Google their company name and see if they own any property, okay? And if you don't find any, maybe they're in a different LLC, or maybe they have partnerships with other people, but you can ask those questions, and I think it's a legitimate question. If a seller came and asked me that question, I would not be mad. I'd be like, sure, just look it up on epcounty.com. It's public information to see how many properties they actually own. Simple question. 2, you can ask them how long they've been doing it, right? And if they're honest with you, that's fine. They could be like, hey, I just went to the seminar. I think I could do this deal. This will be my first one, right? And that's okay. And maybe you want to take that risk factor with them, but at least you know that they're not really cash buyers. They're not really just going to write a check for your house. They're not really right? So that'll explain it for you. Last is, you have to make the decision that's best for you and your family, right? And you want to sign on the dotted line and have it done and be able to go to sleep knowing that it's done. And that's the one thing that Quick Sell brings to the table that nobody else does, is we've been doing it for so long. We have a great reputation. We've done business for many years. Our company is full-time. We're not realtors. We're not a mortgage broker. We're not appraisers. We're not any other field, and this is like our side business. This is what I've done for 15 years, and you can rest assured, if you sign on the dotted line, we're going to close this deal. And if you have any more questions, feel free to comment or subscribe for more content like this, or send us an email, or if you'd like to have an appointment today, call us. We'll go and see your house, and I'll sit there and talk to you personally. I still do all my personal assessments, and I'll go out there and I'll be the one to negotiate the deal and explain everything and answer all the questions that you may have. So thank you guys so much. And if you see this content might help one of your friends or a family member, feel free to share it with them. I get a lot of compliments on that and a lot of referrals from people sharing content. Thank you guys so much. God bless.